back, viewers. You're watching Times Now. I'm Meenakshi Upreti. Remember the 2023 cash for query case? It's been nearly 2 years since the case triggered a massive political storm which led to the expulsion of TMC MP Mahua Moitra from the parliament in December 2023. She was accused by the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey of accepting bribe to ask questions in the Lok Sabha. The allegation is that Mahua had asked questions targeting the Adani Group at the behest of businessman Darshan Hiranandani, and she was back as an MP after the 2024 Lok Sabha polls following her victory from the Krishnanagar constituency. But why are we talking about the case today? Now, that obviously is the big question. Why are we talking about it, viewers, today? Well, the hearing into the case, now that has been ongoing, remember, before the Lokpal times now. We have the Lokpal order, which had listed that matter for further hearing on October 6th. This order was dated July 16th. It mentions the recommendations and also conclusions of the CBI report submitted to the Lokpal on June 30th. The CBI has sought sanctions to prosecute Mahua Moitra, citing credible material and evidence. Let's take a look at what the CBI basically has concluded and under what sanctions is it seeking to prosecute Mahua. Let's take a look at that. Viewers, we will get to know what this entire probe is all about. What do we know rather so far? First of all, the Lokpal order listing matter for further hearing, that has been accessed, and that is what gives us more details into what it carries, recommendations, conclusions of the CBI report. What does the CBI report say? Now, that is the claim, and the CBI report basically, which has been submitted to the Lokpal on June 30th, 2025, it basically claims, claim number one, credible material and evidence to prosecute Mahua. Also, what does the CBI conclude? The prosecution. What does the prosecution say? The prosecution sought under the BNS section 61, which is of criminal conspiracy. Moving on and talking about the other section, section 8 of the PC Act 1988, which is bribery of public servants on some very serious charges there. Section 12 of the PC Act 1988, that is abetment of the offences. Now, Pranesh, my colleague, is joining us live on the broadcast. Pranesh, over to you. Can you give us more details on the same, first of all?
Sure, Meenakshi, and Bhavtosh Singh, our senior news editor, is also joining us on our broadcast to shed more light on this. But before we bring in Bhavtosh, I quickly want to sum up the story for viewers who are joining the broadcast. Now, this has been an ongoing saga. The latest is very, if I could put it in as many words, it is very simply this, that the Lokpal has been approached by the CBI. The CBI seeks sanction to prosecute Mahua Moitra based on what they say they have credible evidence. The CBI, remember, was tasked with conducting a deeper probe into all of this. We have the details of this case, and they have concluded that probe, and now the next step obviously is to seek the permission of the competent authority. In this case, it is the Lokpal, and the report was sent to the Lokpal on June 30th this year. Mahua Moitra has, debunked the claims made by the CBI. I will quickly also go through what Mahua Moitra has said. She says that she dictated questions to Hiranandani. He posted them as a friendly favor. According to Mahua, she claims that never prepared any of the questions himself and that they were typed by him on her direction. CBI has challenged what Mahua Moitra has said. So in this back and forth, there are two important things. One is the agency, in this case the Central Bureau of Investigation, asking the Lokpal for permission to sanction Mahua Moitra based on what they say they have credible evidence. And the other highlight is that on the 6th of October, which is the next date of hearing, Nishikant Dubey, who is the complainant, and what had Nishikant Dubey said, the sum and substance of Nishikant Dubey, the BJP MP, was that while Mahua was in India, her parliamentary login was being used, it was active, from a location in Dubai. Bhavtosh, the next hearing is on the 6th of next month, and Nishikant Dubey has been asked to come say what he wants.
Yes, Pranesh, in fact, the preliminary inquiry as far as CBI is concerned started way back in November 2023, and then it was in March 2024 that CBI registered a case and started investigating this entire matter. But it is only in June 2025, that's 2-3 months back, that CBI filed its report with Lokpal, and it's waiting for the directions of Lokpal to take any next step. Now, because she is a member of parliament in the previous term as well as in present term, it needs an authority or a sanction before they can file the charge sheet. So it all depends on Lokpal whether it gives the sanction or not. And once it gets a sanction, then only a charge sheet can be filed. So it is up to the authorities whether sanction will be given or not. CBI has concluded its investigation, and CBI was the one who had filed the case as far as this entire controversial matter is concerned. On the CBI's FIR, the Enforcement Directorate filed their own money laundering case. So it all depends what happens next as far as this case is concerned.
Let me also very quickly, before I toss it back to Meenakshi, tell our viewers about what Mahua Moitra has said countering claims of the CBI. Mahua refers to the Hiranandani's interview to Times Now. She says that what she has told us and then in his affidavit and then to the CBI are all inconsistent. Then Mahua claims that the CBI has said in its report there is no direct evidence to establish demand of any undue advantage by Mahua Moitra in present case. Mahua Moitra has also claimed that CBI said her sharing lodging credentials with Hiranandani was an illegal act and that she took favors from him in the name of goodwill gesture. Mahua says she shared lodging details with Hiranandani because she needed secretarial assistance in posting questions online, and that Hiranandani assisted her in the same. And CBI's case, Bhavtosh, as you would remember, is that 26 questions favoring Darshan Hiranandani were asked by Mahua for 4 years.
Yes, Pranesh, in fact, that's the entire case of CBI. First, access to her parliamentary, as a member of parliament, her login, and specific questions not pertaining to pertaining to an individual. Now, that is the entire premise of the case as far as CBI is concerned. CBI calls it a case of under Prevention of Corruption Act and criminal conspiracy. Though this charge is completely been denied by Mahua Moitra, she says that it is a vindictive move on the part of a member of parliament, Nishikant Dubey, and also she has targeted BJP. She has said this on the social media platform. She said that she is being unfairly targeted. Even her expulsion that happened in the previous session of parliament, she also questioned that, and entire opposition came out in her support. But CBI, after conducting its investigation, remember, this is not immediately they filed an FIR. They first carried out a preliminary inquiry. They submitted the report to Lokpal. It was on directions of Lokpal that CBI first filed an FIR and then carried out raids and searches. So it's a very controversial case. One has to see what happens next, whether Lokpal gives them the direction or gives them the sanction to file.
So all eyes on the next hearing, which is on the 6th of October. And Nishikant Dubey will also depose before the Lokpal. Meenakshi, if you could quickly take us through the claims made by Mahua Moitra.
Yes, exactly. So obviously, Bhavtosh, and you have simplified and clarified what the entire controversy is. We've spoken about the CBI report conclusion, but what does Mahua Moitra say, viewers? Mahua Moitra, viewers, has filed a rejoinder when it comes to this report before the Lokpal. She has questioned its finding. Mahua basically is accused the CBI of, quote-unquote, as she says, selectively placing certain information and termed the CBI investigation as incomplete. She is alleged, as we were telling you, subjective application of mind by the CBI, and she goes on to say that it's a serious departure from the mandate conferred upon the CBI by the Lokpal. What does she say? Let's take a look at her claims as how she says that CBI, according to her, has failed to establish quid pro quo. That response, that counter by Mahua Moitra. Mahua, debunking CBI's report, says CBI has selectively placed information. CBI has countered. They have denied the selective disclosure of facts. The BNS sections invoked, Section 61 of criminal conspiracy, which we spoke about. On Section 8, which is of the PC Act, bribery of public servant, Mahua again has denied everything. She says that the purported probe by CBI is incomplete. CBI has countered, saying that the probe is not in a premeditated manner. That's the counter of the CBI. Section 12, which is the abetment of offences, Mahua again debunking the entire report, saying that it's subjective application of mind. CBI saying that there is no bar on subjective interpretation. Also, now when it comes to criminal conspiracy, Mahua says serious departure from mandate, something which we were speaking about earlier. CBI counter says there is no departure when it comes to the mandate. So Mahua Moitra debunking the CBI report, CBI countering the same. Mahua also goes on to say that there is no testimony to establish quid pro quo. CBI denies selective disclosure of fact. They deny the counter by Mahua Moitra. So these are, all the sides of the story, viewers. This is what Mahua had to say. That's the CBI counter. We will keep an eye on this big story through the course of the day. As of now, Ganesh and Bhavtosh, both of you, thank you for joining us.